When I sat down to write this script out, I had a hard time because anxiety and stress and depression and all of that is not something that we can just fix overnight. This is something that I wanted to talk about more on my channel because it is important. As creators, we go through daily struggles. We create content knowing that the world is watching. When you actually watch big movie productions, they have directors, they have people who write scripts out, they have audio, sound, all of that. But we are expected as creators to take all of these different roles on. For me, I'm going to be talking about how I deal with stress, and everybody deals with it differently, so don't think that this is the perfect formula for it. It's not, but it is how I cope with it. It's how I deal with it. I also wanted to do this as a collaboration. So I reached out to my friend Shaun, who is actually a life coach and talks about this over on his channel a lot. So I wanted to collaborate with someone that understood this a little bit better, that can help people with different situations. And he has a lot of content on his channel that talks about different aspects of stress, anxiety, depression. So make sure you go check out his video after this one. Both videos tie really well together and give you lots of information to hopefully help you, give you some direction on what you should do next. So the first thing that I do is I restrict my social media. I've actually totally shifted my mindset with this. I recently decided to get rid of apps that I don't actually use on a daily basis. Many times social media will draw you in. My channel is actually based around social media. I'm a YouTube growth specialist and I really work on helping you understand your YouTube channel. But your mind is important too. If your mind is not on track, then your channel is not on track either. So I'm not saying cut out social media altogether, but I am saying understand what you can handle. You need to think about you as a person. How much can you actually take? And I love data and I love helping channels. I love helping people understand how to see their channel in a different light. That is important. You need to understand your channel. You need to understand the data, but you can't obsess over it. So focusing on the views and subscribers is important to a point. The second thing that I do is I enjoy the process and I get excited for the future. This is something that I love to do. If you're not enjoying your channel, you're not going to enjoy the process. Your channel is you, it's for you, it's going to be with you for life. So if you're not enjoying the whole process of creating, growing your channel, understanding who your audience is, then you're going to end up quitting and leaving that channel. I want to share a quick story with you. I actually was a server for 4 months to get extra money for my business. I wanted to get extra gear. I wanted to build up my business. Those 4 months were the worst 4 months that I've ever worked at a job. And the reason being was it was such a negative environment. I had to take on the job of 5 people. Like I was literally told that I had to do 5 different jobs at the same time. I got to the point where my anxiety was so bad about going to this job that I was starting to get heart palpitations. I went to the doctor and they said, if you don't stop now, you're going to have a lot of heart problems. So it was affecting me mentally, but it was also affecting me physically. I share this because I don't want you to think, woe is me. As a small, medium, or large creator, you still have troubles, you still have stress. But if you're not enjoying your channel, then you're not going to enjoy it for the long run. Number 3 is celebrate other people's success. I do this on a regular basis. I like to share my audience's, my subscribers' success stories, but it motivates me and it pumps me up to keep going. So for example, if I'm having a rough day, then I'll ask my audience or my Facebook group, how's it going? This shifts my mind. This makes me think of the positive and how I've helped so many. Just so you know, if you hit a milestone or you're reaching goals, please share it with me. It always makes me smile. Number 4 is collaborate. The biggest thing that I love to do and get out of a funk is actually collaborate with another creator. So I do this quite regularly just to break up my channel and bring something new to the channel. That also connects me with that creator. As creators, we go through this motion, we work on our channels, we do the things that we do. We don't realize that there are other creators out there that are going through the same thing. So when you're collaborating, you're building relationships with other creators. You're changing the motion of your channel. You're bringing in a new audience and some new people to chat to. And whenever things go wrong or you're down about something, you have other creators to talk to, which leads me into the next point, is talk it out. If you keep it inside, it's going to build up and you're just going to explode one day. I'm going to tell you another story, and this is not related to YouTube, but it's related to my personal life. I'm not going to go into detail, but I will share this story. 2019 was one of the worst years of my life. I went through some health and loss in my life. And it still hurts. And obviously, I'm not going to go into detail because nobody needs to know right now. It's my personal stuff that goes on. But I didn't think this was going to be hard. But gradually, I talked it out. When being a creator, you need to talk it out. There's going to be struggles every day. I'm so thankful I can talk to my husband. Listens whenever something goes wrong or listens to me whenever I have a success story. He's a really good person to talk to, and he always motivates me and changes my thinking if I'm in a rut. Now, the point here that I'm getting across is that you need to find someone that you can talk to. You need to have family members that you can talk to. If you don't have family members, then you need to find a YouTube buddy. I've suggested this in the past. It's a really good way to let things out and talk things over if you're worried about something. This is why I say collaboration is really important, not just for the fact that you broaden your channel horizons, but you're also connecting with other creators that can potentially turn into friends that you can talk to. The next one is cut negative people out of your life. This is something that I've had to do. As my channel grows, more negative people start to cross in because they see people excited and happy and they decide that everybody else needs to be upset as well. I'm a person that loves helping people. I love to see people thrive. If you're constantly surrounded by people that do this, you're consistently having to redirect your thinking, and that's just so mentally draining. So think about the people in your life and how they're building you up as a person. Number 7 is I actually close my eyes. I will close my eyes and think about nothing. Now, this is probably called meditation. I don't know. I've never really looked into this, but for me, I'll just close my eyes and I'll think about nothing. Sometimes just breaking that motion of negativity or things that are going on, the stress, the moment. Sometimes by just closing your eyes and thinking about nothing, it can change the direction you are going. As a creator, there's many things flying around our head and we need to we've constantly got things going on from every direction. There's views, there's subscribers, there's haters. They're all coming at us and we have to figure out how we can do this all at the same time. So sometimes just taking a step back and closing your eyes does really help. Number 8 is do one thing that makes you happy. I will say if I'm having a crazy day or things are just not going right, I will just stop and take a breath and then go do something that actually makes me happy. That can be anything from lighting a candle to just having a cup of coffee. Doing this, you're breaking up the stress, the thing that's happening in the moment, and you're putting something positive and fun into it. I will say this though, it is sometimes very hard for me to stop thinking in the moment, in that stressful moment, because I need to get things done. I worry about things if they don't get done. So that was where my husband comes into play. He'll tell me, you need to go take a break. You need to go take a chill and just take a breath and think about what you're doing. So I will take 20 minutes, I'll walk around, I'll go upstairs, I'll take a deep breath, and then I'll come back to my situation. But this time I'll have a positive mindset about it. Okay, so the number 9 is actually sit down and write out a list of things that you need to do. So I'll write out things that are stressing me out, or I'll write out things that are happening next month. Anything that I can put on the page just to get things out there. And I'll go through my schedule and I'll say, okay, I can fit that here, I can fit that here, and I can fit that here. I also have a pen and paper beside my bed because at night I have so many ideas that's going on in my head. I'll write them down, or if I don't have the pen and paper, I have my phone. I'll write them down, and then that way they're out of my head and I don't have to worry about them. Going to bed is the hardest part for me. I have a hard time shutting down and just turning that switch off. So this is one way that I can kind of get out the ideas and not have to worry about forgetting them. And finally, say no more. You need to say no to people because remember, you are only one person. Obviously, there are opportunities that come your way, but you don't take them all at once. Because if you do, you're going to overwhelm yourself, which means you're going to lead to more stress, which means you're going to lead to burnout. I have come to realize that I do this a lot. I have said yes, 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 because I have a fear of missing out. But in reality, I'm actually hurting myself and my business and my family and everyone around because I'm going to drain myself. I can't take on so much. So I've actually turned down jobs and things that have come my way because I've decided to focus solely in on my YouTube channel and things that I want to do with it. Daily requests to do things, and it's important to note that I can't do everything. That's why whenever it comes to like memberships or channel memberships or anything to do with channel reviews, I have to work that into my business and not just make it a thing that's part of the world around me. It has to be a part of my business, and I have to figure out how to work that in. Same goes for you and your channel. You can't say yes to everything. You're just one person, and you need to realize that. I hope this helped one person. If there's one person out there that really took away something from this, then I've done my job. I really want to dive into the mental health side of things a little bit more because it's very important as a creator and it's not talked about enough. I want you to make sure you go check out Shaun's video because he's really going to help you that much more with different aspects when it comes to this. I'm not perfect at this. This is not a perfect formula. And I do want to say this is just my way of dealing with things and figuring things out. So I hope that helped you. If it did, make sure you go check out Shaun's video and don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, guys, don't forget to create adventure and live to inspire.